What is going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Welcome in here to Rover. Wanted to do some Nicky Mullens film review. First half, we're going to come out here, and I saw a lot of these plays. Kyle Shanahan, aggressive, a lot of cover three that really the Seahawks were playing in this game. Right here's a throw that Nick can make. The thing is about Mullens, and I'm going to say this a lot, is that his arm strength is one of the weakest in the NFL. He's a perfect backup quarterback. He's a gamer. Everybody loves Nick Mullens. He's a good kid. He'll help Jimmy Garoppolo out during the week, but there's no way that Nick Mullens is anywhere near being a starting quarterback in terms of just his arm talent. He can only throw within a 20-yard radius down the field, but he's a good backup quarterback because he's not going to threaten Jimmy Garoppolo. With this play, though, Kyle Shanahan does a good job of, again, isolating a lot of these players. George Kittle is so fast, and when Jimmy comes back next year, Kittle's going to be a guy that Jimmy can rely on a lot to win games. Richie James had a big return in this game. The holding calls that went against Seattle, the two holding calls, I thought Seattle was going to win the game. When they got the ball back around midfield, they got a block in the back penalty that set them back 30 yards when they could have gotten a game-winning field goal. So, those things did not help the Seahawks. I thought the 49ers benefited from some mistakes combined with calls in order for the 49ers to end up winning this game. But there were some really good moments here. I'm gonna show you some good throws that I happen to like from Nick Mullens in the contest. There's about 3 throws right here that were all very good throws. And gonna start here. Just a throw outside to Trent Taylor. Nick Mullens is very good at recognizing pre-snap. I mean, for Nick Mullens to function well, he needs to use everything mentally in his system to be able to function with the arm talent that he does possess. So a key signal to know that a guy is blitzing is when the safety starts leaking over, in back of a cornerback, that's a sign that they're going to send the corner. So here Trent Taylor is open because they send the corner blitz here. And Nick Mullens is able to dissect that. He quickly goes from one read to the next. Not an easy throw, one of the longer throws you'll see Mullens make. But he's able to get it there. And it was a great job of reading the defense from Mullens. Again, you can't really criticize Nick for a whole lot. Unfortunately for Nick Mullens, some guys, at his arm strength, he's going to be a backup quarterback. But how good can he be? Nick will have to be fantastic at hitting tight ends and staying on the field for very long possessions of drives. If something happens to Jimmy next year, Nick Mullens isn't going to take you to where you want to be. He's not elite, but Nick Mullens is he's a great teammate. He's a great backup quarterback. And, he knows the offense pretty well. I like how Nick took a shot there. I like that. Here we're going to see a quick throw. And here I want to see Nick Mullens protect Kendrick Bourne a little bit. Nick Mullens' reads are getting better. He's understanding the game's slowing down for this quarterback. There's a lot I could say. Like, the ball should be right up here. It should have been thrown already right over the head of the linebacker. It wasn't. And he leads Kendrick Bourne right into a huge hit, which you don't want to do as a quarterback. Kendrick does a great job of catching the ball, though, across the middle of the field. And in terms of anticipation, Nick Mullens is not perfect either, so there still is some room for growth. Right here, we're going to get Kittle. I like how he looks off Kendrick. And, I mean, if he stayed with Kendrick, he would have had that. He tries to make the anticipatory throw, and he just throws it outside. A little long, a little outside. Narrowly missing Kittle. He missed Kittle a couple of times on some big gainer plays, but George Kittle is really a matchup nightmare at the tight end position. And then you're going to see here a couple of really good plays and some really key errors from Seattle. So here we're going to get Bourne here in motion. So that's how you know that they're playing man, is that Bourne is attracting some attention. But here, this is what happens is you have two guys, you have two corners blitzing here. So once you have the two corners blitzing, this guy is going to blitz very late in the process. And Nick Mullens recognizes this really well. He's able to get outside of the pocket really well. He understands, he feels the backside pressure there. That's a great job by Mullens. He feels the backside pressure, makes a great throw under duress. I mean, that's something to be proud of. I'm proud of Nick Mullens. He's a fun guy to root for. I certainly like rooting for Nick Mullens. I mean, some people think that he should compete with Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm here to shut down that conversation right now. But at the same time, I'm definitely a fan of Nick Mullens. I root for him on the field. And he's a very likable kid, and he's doing a heck of a job, man, keeping the 49ers in games, the special teams. Special teams for Seattle, too. I mean, when I was watching this game, I was very surprised at how great the Seahawks punter was, because he was pinning the 49ers within the 5-yard line 2 times in one football game. So here you're going to see Selleck here. You're going to see some motion before the snap, which I absolutely love. It's more window dressing, and they snap it right during the motion, and they get all sucked up into it, and Garrett Selleck leaks back. A guy falls down, and it's an easy touchdown. I mean, there's not much more you could say. I mean, that play was perfectly executed, terribly defended by the Seahawks, and you get a touchdown. And look at how this guy here just tricks out 42, and by that time, it's too late. Nick Mullens with a dart for a touchdown. Beautiful play. More Selleck time, right? Selleck, or that's Kittle in motion, but Selleck will also leak. So Kittle's doing all this stuff, and again, you're able to 2-for-1 them deep down the field. You're able to use Kittle as a decoy here beautifully. That's what I noticed, is you see so many eyes right here are on George Kittle, maybe 3 eyes. So then Selleck gets deep, and then you 2-for-1 them, meaning you can either go to Selleck right here, he's wide open, or you're going to have a post. So you kind of get that sort of action where you have a post and you have your corner, so you're putting the safety in a bind. That's what you want to do. You see a lot of that deep down the field passing game in a pro style. Kendrick Bourne rounds off the route really nicely, kind of intercepts the safety on a way to George Kittle. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. The route depth is very good right here. You see their route depths are good. The safety does a good job of guessing, and George Kittle's able to make a catch. However, you look at this play, and if he was able to buy time, roll out somehow, he could have hit Kendrick Bourne deep down the field right here. That's something where if you look at Mahomes would probably hit like Kendrick Bourne deep down the field. But anyway, it was a great motion by Kyle Shanahan. We got the defense in a bind, and we were able to get Robbie Gould a field goal there that we really needed at the end of the first half. So, we're looking at some Nick Mullens plays, and here's 3rd and 3, right? I mean, if we can really be nitpicky, Nick Mullens here against this four-man rush, like when they're rushing four, they have 7 guys in coverage, and the coverage here it looks like it's cover 4, right? Because this guy's headed back in the prevent himself. This guy's, and then there's 2 deep safeties right here. The linebackers are all back. Let's see, this is man-to-man out here. So it's a very prevent coverage, and they do a great job of locking the middle of the field down. However, we have a really good route that is run by Taylor, I believe, because it looks like it is zone coverage right here. So, if Mullens would have discovered it was zone, we would hit this sucker right in the middle. We would hit this play for a first down. And also if Mullens had big arm talent, like Jimmy Garoppolo should really set his feet and try to pin this into a tight window out here to Trent Taylor. Instead, he just takes the check down at this point in the game, which again, the coach isn't going to get angry at. It's just I'm going to point out everything that I see in a play. This is real nice here on 1st and 15. Aggressive play calling. It might be a play action. It is. It's a play action, and Matt Breida is able to sneak out into the backfield. And then you look at how well this play is executed. When you rewatch, you see certain things. Like here you see, I believe, Dante Pettis. There you see Pettis running deep, and that opens it up for Matt Breida to take the football. So again, another great call by Kyle Shanahan, eliminating defenders, and then Breida does a great job of finishing. Breida's done this 49ers team has done a nice job of not quitting on ball games this year. They got hammered by Seattle, and getting over that hump and beating Seattle when Seattle's still competing for a playoff spot, very, very nice to do. Again, it's, next year it's all about Le'Veon Bell. For the 49ers. I haven't been doing as much 49ers content, but it's all about Le'Veon Bell. It's all about a big guy it's all about an edge rusher like Farrell. The 49ers are probably going to get, an edge rusher that's a defensive end, or if they like Brian Burns from Florida State. I wanted them to get Derwin James in the draft. I really did. But you see Mike McGlinchey is going to be able to play. I think he'll end up being a very good player. I just think McGlinchey still was an okay pick. It wasn't a disaster. Colton Miller is even struggling in Oakland right now, and he was taken right after Mike McGlinchey, I believe, or he was actually taken 6 spots after Mike McGlinchey. But what I was going to say is that Derwin James is a freaking stud, and I wanted the 49ers to take him. I'm in favor of going all in. I'm in favor of getting Le'Veon Bell in the offseason. I am in favor of also targeting, a wide receiver, targeting. I'll tell you who else I want to target. I want to target an Ole Miss wide receiver. The wide receiver class is, Hollywood Brown. There's great receivers in the draft. I want to get one of those guys. To put on the outside. And defensively, Fred Warner's out here. We still have good defensive players with Richard Sherman. This is a team that you saw what Chicago did, going worst to first. This is a team that can win the NFC West next year. Could still make the playoffs next year. I just, I want to pray for Jimmy's health and, maybe look at Teddy Bridgewater in the offseason. I like Nick Mullens a lot, but if Bridgewater gets hurt, or if Garoppolo gets hurt, I want to have a beast back there. Anyway, at this junction of the game, it's 23-23. Nick Mullens has led some touchdown drives, a lot of field goals from Robbie, obviously, in the game. Nick Mullens gets sacked a lot, and what really ended up happening was, we stopped Seattle. The 49ers stopped Seattle because of I'll tell you, the play of the game was this play. This play right here, it was unbelievable. You're punting from the 16-yard line. There's 1 minute and 16 seconds left in the game, and Seattle gets a block in the backup penalty, which is right there. Dumb play by the Seahawks. The Seahawks would have had the ball at the 45-yard line. They don't. They don't because of that block in the back. How about this play? How about this holding call by Seattle? Russell Wilson dumps it off. They get a ton of yards. Let's see where the hold is. It's right there. It's a great call. Wasn't a rigged job at all. It was a great call. Let's see the hold again. 77 holds, their guard. Great call. Solomon Thomas saves the game. Seahawks would have been in position for a Janikowski field goal. They're not. 49ers win it in overtime with a Gould kick. Nick Mullens, not a big arm. Not going to scare anybody. Not going to be a starter in the NFL, unfortunately. Doesn't have the height or the arm strength. However, Nick Mullens, quick processor, good footwork, smart, good teammate, very good leadership, clutch at the end of games, a guy that's seen and played a lot of football, good touch on his throws, can be accurate. Let me give you another example. The thing I want Nick Mullens to improve, though, is I want him to look for downfield throws a little bit more. For Nick Mullens as well, again, we're not going to get that much upside out of Nick, but there were certain plays when, where was the throw where we missed one deep to Kittle? I got to get that throw in there. Gonna find it. I think it might have been maybe second quarter. I want to find this one play. If I can't, then it's fine. You know, because Nick Mullens, he tried to hit George Kittle on a deep play, and it was a perfect example of that. Nick Mullens can throw the ball, can throw it deep. And Nick can make some plays. So, anyhow, I'll do Nick again probably before the season's over. I can't find it, guys. But anyhow, listen, it was fun. I enjoyed it, and just as I said I enjoyed it, I get to play. Finally, sorry about that. If you guys hang in there, you'll be rewarded. Cover one, man-to-man. Nick Mullens rolls. Right here, there's no reason why Nick shouldn't be looking to throw, especially right here. Throw the ball right here in this spot. Wide open, pull that damn trigger. There's no reason not to. Trust it, see it. Two seconds too late. Ball goes out of bounds at the sideline, but it could have been a 49er first down at the right inside the red zone. Anyway, appreciate you guys always, the Niner Empire. You guys are what makes this channel. You guys really were the reason that I really kept up a lot with the channel, and there's good times ahead. I'm excited for this offseason. I'm sure all of y'all are. It'll be fun to see Nick against a great Bears defense. Kyle will really be scheming. And we'll stay underneath. We'll stay away from Eddie Jackson. We'll stay away from Fuller and Prince Amukamara and some of those corners. George Kittle will play a primary role in the game. There's very good linebackers, not a lot of weaknesses. Got to hand it off to Breda. Got to play great special teams, obviously. And have to take a couple of chances with throwing the Kittle. Garrett Selleck's going to be a big key. We got to trick them at all costs, have use check, have running backs catch footballs out of the backfield, and get after these guys pretty good with some rub routes and some creativity. So, should be fun, though, to see Kyle versus a tremendous defense, 4 o'clock on Sunday. So, that'll be fun, right, to see us also against Trubisky. Thanks, guys, so much. Appreciate y'all. Take care.